Hello. Today we will explain the recent modifications we made to the methodology of handling state budget processing. We believed last year that the budget with health programs, state budget, it consists of two codes, two classifications, program codes and economic codes. And we believe that the codes assigned, let's say 75, 03, 02, this code where 35 goes to the ministry and the rest are the programmatic codes, these codes are constant and they don't change every year. We discovered that in 2019 two changes were made to the code. Prefix changed to 27, so now the previous code cannot be recognized of the program. Therefore we decided to completely discard this 27 or 35 and use only second level and below codes. And we also discovered that not only codes change but titles change of the program. So it is no way we can use last year catalog of state budget programs in health to automatically process and map expenditures next year. Therefore we had to do something in order to avoid coding every year state programs over and over. I will try to remind what we actually have done before. Let's imagine that this is the catalog of budget programs. So now we have a budget program with unique numbers, unique codes, so not assigned by the Minister of Finance, and the titles. What we did last year, and we will keep it this year and in the future, is that each program which we consider fits into the SHA 2011, they are mapped with HP, HC, diseases, so they are coded. Besides, we use different also parameters to understand, let's say, if it's administrative, what share of this health ministry administrative costs should go because they handle labor, social, and also refugee, IDPs, displaced people. Sorry. Besides, this catalog is also connected to public health programs, because we have two sources of data. One comes from the ministry and another one comes from NCDC. And this catalog helps to understand, should we use the table which comes from with details from NCDC or even from emergency services, or should we use the budget data? So this catalog is quite linked to different other tables, and every year renewing it means that you have to restore these links, recode, and it's quite time consuming. So therefore we decided to split this original catalog, which also had budget codes, into two. So this will be universal part where we will have two main fields. It's ID code of our record and program name. And then we created another table where, let's say, every year we link our instruments. We have a fresh list of MOH programs. In the budget, so we call it budget programs, and they have their codes, let's say 03, 02, 01, and name, some names, and we have. So what we try to do, every year we say now it's 2019, we connect this catalog with this number and with this name and create a new list of catalogs where we try to refresh. So we bring new programs, but we keep connection with this catalog because we insert here their identification numbers. This is year 19, and then we bring these two fields which are critical because one field is budget code and another is name. So when we open then the budget, in budget we have 03, 02, 01. That's the way this table or our processing can, so let's say this coding or mapping here, it goes through these and maps this expenditure because we have here expenditures, and that's the budget. So we made this connection between catalog and the budget a little bit longer because we have now this intermediate table which is renewed every year, and we renew it by looking at the fresh data we import from primary data provided by the ministry. Now let me explain how this concept is implemented in the tool. Let me remind you where the programs are located in the tool. So this is the place where we keep central and local budget programs. So that's the budget, and this is central program. And here we have, before we had here we had coding like 03, 02, 01. We don't have any more. That are unique numbers, and as you can see, these are just names of programs which we coded. So if you stand here, we assigned HP, HC, disease codes. You can see it here. And besides, as I showed you, we even linked this. You see, we linked this program from here. We linked it to public health program here, and it's quite important backbone in the system, which helps to connect it with different parts process. So it's you cannot lose it. You cannot renew it every time. And these colors here, they're also important because, let's say, the color which is grayish color, this orange color, this color means that we don't use it because, let's say, if I stand here in this program and we use it or not, it says we cancel it. So actually it means it's canceled, it's excluded from the calculations. And use it here, it means that if we want to use this number and not alternative source, we have to mark it. Let's see how it works in other cases. Let me go to other program. Let's say here we don't use it, but if we mark it use, it means that then this data will go and will be used instead of alternative, which may come from SSA or whoever is actual agent paying this or implementing this program. So again, this catalog allows us to orchestrate and understand if we have two sources of data about early child or rehabilitation or early child development. Should we use this as a source or we use the budget figure, because we don't want for some reason to rely on that one. So this is very critical here. Therefore, this is kind of a switchboard where we decide which source of public health or health programs to use. We use either budget of the Ministry of Health, or we use detailed data sets provided by implementing agencies. Now, that was the story about telling why we cannot just get rid of everything we had here. Therefore, we need to keep this, but also allow now every year new budgets to come in and help us to understand what's going on. And what we did, we added new interface which is called, in catalogs it's a programs. The name here may change, but so far the program. So in the upper part here, what you see is list of programs from the catalog. I mean, here they have ID and program name. Actually, it should say not in the budget but in the catalog. So this is this constant part we have here. So this is again just to explain selected records from here. Okay, so you don't see all of them here. You see all of the one which are coded, mapped. So you see here the number equals to 43. If we go to programs in the system, we have budget. We have a lot. You see 91. So out of 91 records here, we only here you see here's the 91, but we selected only 43. So this is our main catalog, and on the left below you see fresh records from new data 2019. I mean the new list of programs in the budget, and we have only 87. Why 87? Actually, it's more because the system filters only and shows here the ones which are the lowest. So we don't see here the grouping level. For instance, you see here this is a long code, so you don't see here 01. Let me get rid of this sign. So you see here the 01, 02, 03, 02, 01, but you don't see upper one is also nested one. You don't see the grouping one, because the grouping one should be ending here 02. So these are the lowest level which are subject to coding. Again, we don't code program or anything in a hierarchy if it's a grouping item. We only look at the lowest level records in any kind of 2 or 3 or hierarchical data sets. So we have 87 to code, and on the right side what you see how many of any program in the 29, so any program here which if they are paired with anything here. So when they are paired, they go here. So when you press this icon, you select this, and anything up there, they move here. And we have one record here, not 0, and one less here. What I decided to a little bit simplify this work, because I asked the instrument to check, are there any records here who match with the budgets up here. So can we use them to transfer without manual, so in a bulk? And to do so, what we do, let's remember, here we had 87 unpaired. What we do, we use traditional update import functionality, and this functionality is here. Let me go to start, press renew in Georgian, and here is a central budget program. Oops, here it is. I edited yesterday. So if we press now update the catalog, it will find which new programs in 2019 can be paired with records in our catalog. And if we press, it should be done. And then we can go back to our catalog and see. Oops. You can see that now on the left side we have 55 and we have 34 transferred to paired table. So we know 34 state budget programs with a code and name, and they are paired to anyone here. And vice versa, you can see here that out of coded programs we have just 9 here left unpaired. So let's do it manually. Let's go and see. Policy management, and see, is it the program which fits? So we need to find which program here fits. Let's assume that this is the one which fits into that. And then we have one this selected. We selected this. So if I press it now, you see it gets one less, and it moved, and it's moved. So we have now here 35, and so we can expand further. Let's say prevention of professional occupational diseases. 35 there, and we have to find which one fits into this. Maybe we don't find, then we need to edit, or we have to discard it. So let's see if in the new catalog here we have anything which is related to the occupational occupational health program. So far I cannot find it. Let's take this one, which is obvious. Let's take management of infectious diseases. I think this was somewhere here. I cannot find even infectious disease. Maybe it's not anymore in the new one the way it was in the previous one. And let's take tuberculosis. You see tuberculosis, and we have here tuberculosis. I think this 58 code and this one here are the same, and we can move it here in the catalog. In HIV infection, I think we have this one and this one, which are similar by meaning, and we have this one and this code similar. So you see, we increase here, we decrease here. C hepatitis management, I saw it several times here. Okay, here it is. So we can move it, and also we can move this one with this. And actually we have 3 programs we have not linked. We also have, now we have, in the catalog we have 3, we cannot find the pair, but most importantly we have now several here where we cannot understand why we don't have 3 slots on the left side here. Therefore, what we need to do, we need to go now to the catalog and see why, whether we need to add a new one. So let's first check of tuberculosis. I'm just showing how it works, so maybe this will be. So you can see tuberculosis here, and this one is a high level because you can see this color, and this is a low level. So now this one was not linked to anybody in our, because we didn't find anything, so it's not linked. There is no such a specific program in the new. But this one, if we stand here, you see this, it suddenly it shows that this is already linked to something in the new, and then it's linked in something new. So okay, this should be linked, I think, all forms of tuberculosis, but for some reason it's not. Let's check why, where it went. Maybe there was some mistake. So we can check it. Go here and see. You see, he's not here, so it means that we moved it somewhere. Okay, here the tuberculosis 1. It's this one, but there should be also another one, but I will check how I will make another maybe possibility to see why we still have let's say infection disease inspection is strange, because infection disease control, it's somewhere here, and you see it here, it's not linked to anything, and then we don't have anything here which shows that so tuberculosis, no, this is linked, but not this one. Interesting. Maybe this is because we decided to, we don't use it, that's why. So when you make it use, it's, I think the color changed to blue. Yes, you see it's blue. If I say no, it's big. Oh, sorry. If I make it don't use it, it becomes black. And maybe that's the reason we don't see it there. So probably I will tweak it, and we will make sure that everything which was coded before, these things will go back. And the reason actually we did not use this one, I realize it now, because these are numbers coming from vertical programs, coming from you see here, from SSA, and if we use this one, we don't need to use that one. But I think we still need to map it and try to see if we don't have these details, we need to use this one and be able to link it to the new program. Anyway, this is how this now new module works. So we have, again, in a catalog we have programs. By the way, if you want for some reason to return this back to the left, you can press this, and this will go simply and will be inserted back here. So you can move it back and forward one by one, all this 40 out of 49. I mean 49 on the left side, 40 on the right side. This is the right side again, paired ones, and we will use it, and we have to do this exercise, which takes actually 3 minutes, not more. Thank you for watching and listening. Hope this video helps to understand how we revise the methodology and how we rewrite the instruments. Definitely more changes will come, but the substance, the approach, this will remain. Maybe some buttons will appear new in your version of the tool, but that are details, and you easily can figure out understanding the meaning of this exercise.